Okay guys, so I am today at this exact moment out in the country, and this is actually some of this area I grew up in, as in grew up when I was in high school. We'd come out here for friends that lived out here because it's very remote, it's out of the city, and there's always parties being thrown out here. And of course, all the typical parties where there's high school kids that probably are doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing. And a few of them got broken up over the years, but this is where you would come when you wanted to goof off and not get caught. It is also all like neighborhoods, but there's a lake out here, and the houses are on the lake. There is some down these little roads you might see as we're coming up. I'm about to point one out, but it's just north of Jackson, Madison County area, old Madison County. And like this driveway right here with the gate. Oh, like if you go down that road, there's probably a little mansion down there. So this is a retirement, not really retirement, but people buy lake houses out here to go to on the weekends, and they're tired of being at their regular house. I got somebody up on my boot tie. So anyway, I will try to get some lake pictures or something, I don't know, but I am trying to find the house, so we will see y'all in a little bit. Another Handleset. This one is a Baldwin, and there is this interior mechanism and something else, interior knob, which has already been thrown out. So two Handleset, and the spindle broke on this one. So two Handlesets back to back. Interesting times. Okay, got the Handleset working again, but it is a pretty tight door, so I am gonna knock that down a little bit so that it's not so tight right there, and avoid future problems when it starts sagging again. Look, woods all around in the country. Oh, that's my screwdriver. Okay, so this is all the parts of a Kwikset Handleset that was removed from a door. Actually, it was installed on a door where a Baldwin is was installed before. Not a mortise lock, but a tubular style lock that uses regular latch and deadbolt. And that was because the interior mechanism was messed up on the Baldwin, and they thought it was not repairable. So they put this Kwikset Handleset in, which was smart key. I think everything now is that way. And the problem with it was that now for this to actually function well, it has to have both parts, which is here. Alright, so well, number one, we see the problem there. That should not be coming off. So I guess that's just press fit on there. And then when you engage it with the Handleset and screw it on the door, you have your typical, not very well turning. Probably because I didn't do this right. Hold on, let's do this right. Well, Here we go. Let's see if we can't lift that spring over just to show you. Okay, there we go. Now, it's on right and attached to the door. Look at that. Turn the handle. It's exactly like it would be on the door. Turn the handle and the bolt retracts halfway. Likewise, when you press the thumb thing, while it does go further, you can still see it sticking out a quarter, maybe 3/32 of an inch. And again, they replaced one thing that had a thumb turn problem with a fairly brand new product. It was about a year old, I think. It'd been on the door for about a year. And obviously it did not hold up nearly as long as the other one did. Not even counting the fact that it's a smart key deadbolt. So we switched out those pieces and parts for the Baldwin. This was one of them, like I showed in the video. The other one, hold on. So the Baldwin that I showed you before, usually what breaks on it is the interior mechanism, and which is this part, and the exterior where the knob goes over, which actually is a spring-loaded mechanism in there, and usually it breaks. And lastly, the latch will just get really sticky and worn out and not pop out anymore, as you can see this. So you get, instead of replacing it with junk, you can get a conversion kit to repair that. And this is the lever version. There's a knob, active lever, active knob. And inside is obviously directions, the new interior mechanism, a new latch, a new interior lever. Now there's two different ones. The ones that I used in that video had a screw style, which is older. This one clipped on, and I was able to rectify that by grinding out the plate of a screw on and made it work. But this again, on the inside, built into here is a spring that helps return the latch to the right position, as well as the kit that includes the spindle. I know you probably can't see in there, but it also includes the thumb turn. Most of the time you don't use the thumb turn, but if you need to, you can. They recommend you replace everything, but if you have an old lock, and say it's dark bronze, and you have a really old lock and a bright dark new thumb turn, it really kind of makes it look odd. But you can switch out the thumb turn if you need to. Sometimes it actually is necessary. Always the latch, always these two parts. And on the inside you'll see the new screws that hold this to the interior of the Baldwin. Allen wrench to use to screw the knob down. And the new spindle, which is kind of hard to see in there, but it's a two-part spindle that swivels in the middle. And it's got a post. Now this has to go in a certain way, and there's also a brass washer that goes in on top that has to be used. As you can see in the old Baldwin, it sheared completely off, and that was because the door, I believe, was a little too sticky for too long. So again, like this was the old interior, and I didn't use it. I found a screw-in style on my truck, but that just snaps on like so. And to get that off, you would have taken the thumb turn off, or the knob that's on top of this. You would unscrew the two screws, or slip the knob off the spindle, and then if you push in on these little mechanisms right here, it allows you to pop that off and remove those screws and replace the whole mechanism and get your Baldwin nice handle set back in use, instead of trying to go and blow or waste money on this kind of junk right here. So anyway, just thought I would finish all that up and, you know, let you know that they're some handle sets, and you might ask, well, why don't you just replace this? Well, number one, this is a year old. Number two, that Baldwin that was on the door had been on the door for 20 years. A year old versus 20-year-old is a big difference in longevity. Now, while Kwikset may switch this out, and you ask why it does this, number one, and you can see here, see that metal on that latch right there where this goes through? Like, if I can get it on there, like so. Okay. And then when you turn it, it pushes that back. So, I mean, most rational people can figure out that a relatively sharp metal surface pressing in on a very thin metal surface is going to cause wear. Let's see if we can knock that dirt off. And you can see that at one time this was probably flat, going from here to here and here to here. But as it turns, it just eats into that metal non-stop. So that would be one of those fail. Well, you could put a new latch in, and you could, you know, I guess I've never seen these available for repair. But if the latch itself doesn't wear out, sometimes you can replace just the latch. But oftentimes the metal right here, and if we kind of get close and look, we can see it not, where are we? Yep, there we, that's where it's engaging with the latch. So even if we say, okay, it's a year old, starting to act up, let's put a new latch in, eventually this part's going to wear out. And again, we don't know if it is even available for purchase or repair. So that is kind of just a overall view of switching out the parts in a Baldwin handle set, the older style handle set. If you're able to, Baldwin does provide a lifetime warranty, so you can call Baldwin customer support and tell them what kind of handle set you have, and you can request a conversion kit to repair your problem, and they should happily oblige. And so anyway, that's all I wanted to let y'all know. Thanks for watching again, and y'all have a great day. Since I didn't actually have a Baldwin handle set to show you with that part engaged, this is it. And you can see that little tongue that's attached to the thumb thing, the left set, and which turns the center mechanism. So you would take this bottom screw off. Yep, bottom screw unscrews, and the two screws on the side here unscrew, and that part is what is the replaceable part. Once you take it off, you can either switch the thumb turnout and or the thumb pushy downy thing, and then screw it back in with the included screws. And that is the outside trim interior mechanism that's included with that box of replacement parts. Okay, just wanted to show you that.